Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip, and I'm not in my car. I'm in a rental car waiting on chicken wings. Anyway, guys, I wanted to tell you that a lot has gone on. Yes, no, maybe so. A lot has happened in the 12 hours since I've been gone. So it seems like Gypsy has left another one in the dust. And we should have seen this coming. This says so much about her. Guys, she left a dog behind this time and got tattoos of huskies and says her and Ryan are just good friends. Why does she feel the need to always lie? Like, listen, I am the type of person, I am friends with my exes. I have no problem with that. I'm friends with more of my exes than not. There's probably only a couple that I don't speak to. But I am. My feeling has always been, if they've been good enough for me to try to share my life with, why wouldn't they be good enough with me to be friends with for the rest of my life? It's just always been that way. I've never had a problem with that, and I've never had a partner that's had a problem with that either. So I don't know, but here's what I do know. I don't hold hands with my exes, and we don't get matching tattoos, and we don't act all lovey-dovey, because I guarantee you, then my present partner might have a problem if I had one. So I don't know why Gypsy is doing this. However, we did find out that Lifetime has interviewed Ken, right? Ken Urkel. And Ken Urkel says, I did not break the law. People have said he's a felon. He says, listen, I've only spent one night in jail, and that was because of a suspended license. Now, I don't know if he's ever been arrested before and didn't end up spending the night in jail. I don't know. There's people that say that there's a bunch of mug shots on him. I don't know. I honestly didn't look it up. But I don't really care so much about Ken. I don't know about Ken. He is now putting his life out there because he's involved with Gypsy and he spoke on it. Poor Ryan, as far as I know, hasn't said a word, but I have been away from social media for about 20 minutes now, so I don't know what he's done in the past 20 minutes. It's really sad because, I don't even want to say it's sad, because I think Ryan knew what he was getting into. He knew being with Gypsy was going to be a challenge. Why would he think he would be any different than Nick? Why would he think... I don't understand why he would think he'd be more special than Nick. And now why Ken would think he'd be more special than anybody before. I don't get it. But I can honestly say that Gypsy honestly looks a lot more comfortable and happier, not so rigid, and she seems a lot more comfortable with Ken. So, but Ryan's seeing all of this, and I do feel bad for Ryan. But how else was this gonna end? Did he really think that this love was forever and ever? Does Ken think this love is forever and ever? And what about Pixie the dog? How easily was the dog replaced by a tattoo dog? Not even by a real dog, but by a tattoo dog. Guys, I can have fun with this. And you see that we can have some fun with this. And that's fine. I'd rather have fun with this than talk about one crime after another crime after another crime. We're just talking about broken hearts now. And sometimes, unfortunately, they cause crimes, right? Seriously. They do. At some point, Nick is going to speak, because he's either going to not be able to appeal at all. He's gone to the Supreme Court now, from my understanding. He's going to the Supreme Court to see if he can get an appeal. either which way, it's a matter of time. I think the same thing with Ryan as well. What do you want? What do you want Ryan to tell us about Gypsy? What do you want Ryan to like spill? Like, what would be the thing that you would most want to know? What does Gypsy do in the morning? What's her bedtime routine? How kinky is she? What is the questions that you want to know? Did she ever say anything about her mom? Ever let anything slip? Because I can't imagine. I mean, she keeps talking, she gets in a bunch of trouble, right? When she keeps talking, she gets in a bunch of trouble, right? So imagine when there's no cameras around and she's just talking and talking and talking. Imagine the trouble she's getting into then, right? So I can only imagine what he could tell us, if he could tell us anything. But now that Gypsy's gone live with Ken, and she said that there was none, that there was no more, that there wasn't an OnlyFans. She said that that's fake. There wasn't an OnlyFans. Do you believe that? Or do you just think that she said no more OnlyFans because it makes me look bad? Do you think she didn't have one? Do you think that that was fake? What do you think? Do you think Ken's the one for her? I think everybody does have their person. Somebody that you would fight for. Somebody that you're not willing to give up so easily. Do you think that Ken could be that one for her? Because I kind of feel like, you know, as much as she's able to love, she probably would love him the most. I think Ryan was an address and probably to get Ken jealous. Because you got to remember, a bunch of people wrote to Gypsy, but only so many people actually went to see Gypsy. So a big difference there, yeah? Crazy, though. For Ryan to be seeing all of what's going on and not be thinking, wow. But he hasn't spoke, and I think it's because he realizes he doesn't look the fool. Gypsy's the one that looks the fool. And that dog dodged a bullet. Can I tell you? Because she shouldn't have a dog either. Not even the tattoo one that's on her arm. If I was that dog, I would grow legs and go. Somebody said something about if you put those two tattoos together, the one from her and Ken, that it's the outline of a heart. I see where one of them has something very unique on the side of it. So I think that there's something to the specific designs of that. She says she only saw it in a book. She wanted something simple. She said that she only wanted the outline of it because it doesn't hurt as much as the others. That's bullshit. The outline hurts the most. I mean, I have tattoos. The outline hurts the most. So once again, I don't know that she knows what she's talking about or what she's trying to sell somebody. You know, I don't think she thinks about Ryan at all. I don't think she thinks about Nick at all. I don't think she thinks about her mom at all. I don't think she thinks about anything unless it's directly in her face and she's dealing with it. In other words, there could be 3 people she's looking at, but she only sees the one person she's talking to. There's no longevity, not even in conversation with her, not as far as having any kind of relationship with her. It makes you wonder what kind of person Ken is to think that she's worthy of giving your heart. I know that we can't always decide who we're going to fall in love with. We never decide. I mean, it happens. But it's how we act on it. That's our decision. How we behave about it. How we respond to it. So just because we could feel like, wow, I'm so attracted, this person is just probably the best thing that ever happened to me. If it's not the time, if the person's involved with somebody, if you're involved with somebody, you got to kind of check it out. That's what we have a head for, so that we can think, and think about other people's feelings and such. And certainly there's a better way to handle it. If you find that you're in love with somebody, and then you find, and you're with somebody, like, how's that song go? When you're in love with the wrong person at the right time, or in love with the right person at the wrong time, there is still a way to handle that, which is a lot better than what Gypsy's doing to Ryan. Now all of a sudden we feel bad for Ryan, right? I really don't feel bad for him per se. I just hope that he doesn't use this as something that makes his life 100 times worse. He should use it as a stepping stone. Write a book, make money off of it if you need to, and get your life going. You owe Gypsy nothing. You owe us nothing. Just get on with your life and find somebody who's worthy of your heart. Anyway, guys, what do you think? Gypsy's at it again. Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. Tell me what you think in the comments. And thanks for everything, guys. I really appreciate you. Please like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget, be better today than you were yesterday, but not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Thanks, guys.